who are watching your stories, who are on your Facebook and on your Instagram. So you have people to actually send these messages to. And then that consistency piece is really what's going to come into play. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and walk you guys through exactly what I do in a day. I'm going to screen share my page over here and show y'all how I do Instagram, and then I'll tell you kind of the same logistics of how I grow my Facebook, okay? And I am someone who literally started out with about 100 Facebook followers and no Instagram whenever I started this, and have built a following organically, okay? So this is what I do every morning. Whenever I sit down, I know that my mission is to interact with people, to grow my content or grow my following so people see my content. So what do I do whenever I go onto Instagram? I pull up my Instagram and I automatically go to like an influencer or someone that I follow who I like their content, right? So it's going to be someone who generally has a large following. I'll use this girl here right here in front of me because I know she has like 150,000 followers, right? I love her stuff. It's all the fun, cute mom and daughter things. So what I do, there's no way I'm going to be sliding in her DMs, y'all. It's 150,000 followers, right? So we have to start big and then we narrow it down to really small. So I'll go over here and I'll click on, you know, a cute picture, and I always start with the comments. Okay, so I'll go through here and I'll click on, you know, somebody who's maybe commented, because I generally am like, okay, if I'm liking this girl's stuff, then I'm going to find a lot of women, my moms, who like her stuff too. Okay, so I find this girl, right? Ooh, she only has 131 followers. That's really what I'm looking for, is someone who hopefully isn't going to be bombarded with coaches, hopefully doesn't really know much about my business, and is not a coach themselves. Like, that's the mission behind all of it. So I'll go down here, and this is just my process. I'll be like, oh, okay, yep, like her leggings, right? So I'll like on a few of this stuff, and I'm doing this from my computer. I typically work from my phone because it goes a little quicker, but just so I could screen share with you guys. Okay, so I'll like on a few. I'll put a couple comments on because I genuinely like her leggings, right? It has to be like a genuine comment. And I'll try to ask a question. Post, okay? Then I'll go up and I'll click the follow button. That is it. And that's what I do. I'll go through and I do that with, I generally set a timer, you guys. So I'm not counting like, oh my gosh, if I didn't get 50 new connections or 50 new people made today, then I'm feeling like a failure. I just work from my tracker. Okay. So that's really how I start my whole process. And then I'll just go through, like as many as I can, and then I'll wait and see. Okay. Then the next day, I will start my day by going to my little, I guess it's over here somewhere. I don't generally use all this stuff. Wherever you can see who's commented and all of your, it's not on my thing over here. But so on my phone, I'll pull it up and I'll look to see in my notifications who's followed me back. So if these girls have followed me back, then I'm like, sweet. So then I make sure that I'm like popping into their stories or their DMs. So I'm making those initial connections. Okay, does that make sense with you guys? And then another thing that I will do to find people, I search hashtags. Okay, so how I search hashtags is, this is just an example from one that I have found. So I type it into the top up here, and I'll go up. Wait, hold on, I typed it wrong. My internet is whacking out. Okay, so I did have one that was called Everyday Pursuits, but then it goes down to where you can, it'll show you the related hashtags. So it might be like a really big hashtag, okay? But then it'll show you down in the corner where there are like littler hashtags where maybe it's like a baby bump or something like that. I'm trying to find a good one for you guys. I had it all prepared, but it's not working right now. Okay, here, maybe this will work. Yeah, so see how it says related hashtags? Okay, so maybe you're a mom or a mom to be, you're pregnant, postpartum. You can go in here and it'll show you related hashtags. So I'll go in here again, kind of look to see, oh, that she's really cute, or it looks like we have kids around the same age, or again, whatever. But then it takes it down then to show you even more people who you could connect with. Okay, so last thing that I do over here on Instagram then, okay, so I'll click on this, right? And I'm like, oh my gosh, look how adorable. She's so cute. Love this pregnancy announcement. I would just click this little save right there. And then you can create a collection. So I have, prospects, a prospect collection. And I have like, people who are interested in coaching. And then I have, challenger prospects. And I'm going to actually stop my screen share because that was all I wanted to show you guys on Instagram. But here is then whenever I get onto my Instagrams in the mornings or whenever I'm doing my work, I'll actually pull up my phone, okay? And I go to my home screen, and then you can click right there, and I go down and I look at my saved collections, okay? And then I can just scroll through, and this is where I start. So I'm not just scrolling through Instagram hoping to find somebody to comment on or to go and like on their stuff. I'm actually going to one of my collections, and this is how I invite, and then this is how I send my connections, and this is where I go to find people to watch their stories, okay? I hope that makes sense, and I hope that you see just how genuine and easy this really is. So that's where I start on Instagram. Then whenever I'm on Facebook, because I do still use both, and I think that everyone should, I go to, maybe like a high school friend. This is how I've grown my following, and I still do it. A high school friend, my spouse, someone who's following me who has nothing to do with Beachbody, right? But again, that same season of life, and I go to their friends list, okay? Most of the time you can find someone whose friends lists are open, and I just go through exactly how I do on Instagram, but I just start scrolling through their friends list, and whenever I see someone, again, looks like me, cute, I'll click on their profile, and I just click add friend, okay? A lot of times somebody will be like, oh my gosh, well, what do you do if you don't know the person? I don't know the person, right? But I want to get to know the person. I want them to come to my page, and I want them to see the consistency behind my posts. Oh, what's this girl up to? Oh my gosh, she posts about her kids. She posts about her workout. She posts funny things about, what she's doing around the house. She's giving content that is, relevant to every day, that she is giving tips and all of the things that make me unique. I want my person who is coming to follow me or hopefully follow me, get something from me of value, so makes them want to come back and see what I'm up to, okay? That is the kicker. So none of this will work if you're not posting publicly along with your stories on social media. It just won't, okay? So you need to give them value. Another way that I can grow my Facebook, and you guys can do this too, I'm sure that you guys, along with me, were added to like 1 million groups on Facebook, right? I mean, I am a part of Disney World moms, kid, toddler, adolescent groups, like just like random groups that I get added to. So I utilize that. I don't just exit out of them. I go in. Now, here's the do not do. Do not go into the group and post, hey, I'm a Beachbody coach. Anybody who wants to join a challenge group, message me. They're all going to eye roll. They're all probably going to block you, and the admin of the page is going to kick you out of the page. Like, you're not allowed to do that, and it's so distasteful, and no one's going to join you. I promise. Okay, but what you do want to do is exactly the same sequence. You can go to the members of the actual group that you're in, and you just start scrolling down through the names, and you'll be very quick to identify who you would relate to and who you wouldn't, and you just click add friend. That is how you grow a following on social media. Point blank. There's no secret sauce. That's how we all work it. That's how we all do it. But you have to make sure beyond that next step that you are connecting with them. You're not just sending an add friend, and then if they request you back, it's just like, fall into the wayside. Send them the connection messages, like Rachel talked about. Send them the, an invite. Watch to see if they start watching your stories, but you have to go first. It's like we're always leaping and growing our wings on the way down. It's exactly how it is when you are creating new followers on your social media platform. you got to start that conversation first. Most people are not going to come to you and ask you what you're doing before you ever make a connection with them. All right. So that's all I got for you guys. I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to Alyssa.